Tanabe from The Last Samurai has it. I was like, I guess he's had a pretty good life. I was like trying to convince myself that I could have a good life still.
And that's the Ken Watanabe story.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Adam had sex with Ken Watanabe.
Who has hepatitis C.
Kent want a knob. Hey.
What a knob, eh?
No, he wants a knob, right?
Ooh, Ken wants a knobby.
He
Ken
plays
wants a
Canadian
knob.
guy.
He's a Canadian Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, Ken wants a knobby.
He plays the second to Last Samurai. And then the last one was, of course, Tom Cruise.
Thomas Cruise.
One of the last samurai.
One of the Last Samurai.
And it's just a fat guy.
Why would it be fat guy, man?
Because that's who likes that culture.
That's true. You're either severely underweight or fat as shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Japanese shit.
Imagine you're just working in like Japanese customs and you see those guys getting off the plane. They're like, he's gonna try and fight. He thinks he's gonna fuck the girl. Yeah. That's why he's here. He thinks they're gonna be impressed that he like learned 4 words from a children's show. Just fucking Tivas and cargo shorts.
Yep.
Yeah.
To carry all your knickknacks, all the Japanese knickknacks you got.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to establish that I was not one of those fat guys when we were in Japan.
Where
That's
you
why
were
I
in
wore
tracksuits.
tracksuits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was making it certain that I'm the cool fat guy who still would like to fuck the women, but did not.
No, listen, we all want to fuck the women.
Of course. Brandon, would you like to fuck the women?
Of Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in
Yes.
general.
Yeah, I'd love to. I think it's hard to crack a Japanese woman.
Yeah, incredibly
Interesting.
hard.
Even in America, I think a Japanese American woman, I find a tough nut to
This
crack.
is the thing: is Japanese
Chinese
people
and Korean will give
love
the pussy up easy.
rape so much. Japanese women love rape so much that like it's hard to tell where the line is with them because it's so much.
Yeah, sure.
It's so much further than with like American women. Like if you go up to a Chinese woman at a bar or Japanese woman at a bar and just choke slam her into the fucking bathroom,
Yeah.
that's like being like
That's being courted.
Oh, hello! I think I've seen you here before. That's like the opening.
I fucked a girl who is half Chinese, half black, and deaf. And
Whoa. She was
and,
half deaf?
What?
She was half deaf?
No, she was full deaf.
Okay, all right.
Couldn't hear a lick.
All right, nice. She
and,
couldn't tell the double racist accent you were talking the
and,
whole time.
yeah. And Greg Stone said to me, "Nice, 3 birds with 1 stone." And I said, "One of your birds is a deaf girl? That's a bird you've been going after?
What a
to
beautiful
fuck a
mind.
deaf girl?"
Yeah, dude. He's a fucking. He's not ableist.
Yeah,
Stone?
no, it was great. She,
What kind of noises did she make?
not many. I think she was aware that they were
good.
probably going to be crazy.
Yeah, that would have been terrifying.
Well, I was
but they're
bummed. I
not
was
though. You ever hear a deaf person laugh?
Well, yes, but I think they know it's crazy. I think when they laugh, they're like the ones who are like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway.
I used to work at a cell phone kiosk, and
Yeah.
there was this like hot deaf. This is when I was a teenager. It was like
I fucked
two
her.
hot deaf-
Actually, that one I fucked.
and I learned sign language just so that they could tell me that they never fuck stop.
What?
Yeah.
No, it was after you
They,
worked there.
they did a big circle and then a nose sign.
That is true. A lot of deaf people.
No, she didn't suck my balls. Did she then do this little? She held
She
her
said the tiny dick guy.
tiny dick.
Never.
No, she did tiny dick. Yes,
No,
she did
she
tiny
did-
dick. Thumbs up.
we would talk on her iPad. Like she had a notes program where you could just write.
Yeah.
And one time I had to get out of her bed naked, walk across the room, get the iPad, walk back across the room, get into bed, and then slowly like scroll out like, "I'm sorry, I usually last longer than
That's so
the
good.
most embarrassing
Yeah.
fucking."
And then that shot zooms out and it's a presentation and Tim Cook is like, these are just some of the things you can do with the new iPad Air.
We connect people.
Imagine a future where you bust early with a deaf 3-bird chick.
She lived above like the loudest bar
That
in
makes sense.
Bushwick.
Yeah,
and
that
I'm
makes
like,
sense, dude.
This real estate agent
Yeah.
is a fucking genius.
Of course.
It's
Wow.
like,
Oh.
I got the client for this apartment.
Yeah, I thought you meant she was a real estate agent.
No,
Which would be
God,
hilarious.
No, that'd be
You'd be like, welcome to your new home.
yeah.
Anyways,
That's where did you meet this woman?
Tinder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Sorry.
go ahead. I
No,
had
you were
nothing.
talking. The biggest idiot I knew in college used to get blackout and send like mass texts to people.
Yeah.
And I went to school in DC, and he got blackout one night and sent a mass text to like all our friends. He's like, "I'm partying down with the deaf kids at the deaf college, Gallaudet University," and he's like, "This shit is crazy. You guys should come." And he was saying that like kids were like fingering each other. Like in public.
Yeah, no.
Like deaf people throw the fuck.
They love
down.
Deaf culture
Yeah,
is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
So she
Fill us
was
in.
a
This is
freak,
great.
and she was like, "This is what like the deaf world. This is what it is normal."
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
There
they-
was no music.
well,
playing
it's
also, yeah.
it's you know, and it's a hack point, but they sound retarded, so
Yeah.
people think they are.
Well, I also like how you just added there was no music playing. Also,
Right.
like
Just
of
silent
course they
debauchery.
can't hear anything.
I know.
Yeah, but they like the vibrations.
What they do, they because I asked her, I was like, "Do you know what music is?" You know, because you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know
like,
what you
do
mean.
do
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
understand music?
Totally. Yeah,
and she
yeah.
was like,
what does a blind guy think a color is?
right, yeah. Then she was like, I mean, I can like we can feel it. You know, like I can feel the beat.
Right.
But I don't. You know, I don't really know.
Now, okay, go back to say she was saying like deaf culture is crazy. Like, what did you say? Like, would
Yeah,
you
they
eat your
just-
ass
they
off
just-
rip, or what do you mean?
She just wanted. She wanted like immediately like wanted fingers up the ass like right away. You know,
Sounds
first
cool.
time and had no. And it was nice. There were no.
Who tells that story about the put your fingers in my ass? Is there somebody that has that story about a deaf girl? Am I just having like deja vu?
Maybe,
Fuck.
maybe that's a bit we did. That sounds
No,
like
no. This is fun. Fuck. This is not a comic.
Oh, okay.
Put your fingers in my ass. Fuck. What the fuck is that from? I mean, that's the thing where it's like, oh, that could have been like every other sentence last week.
right.
Yeah, she wanted a lot of stuff up her ass and
Great.
like, there was no
Your wallet,
and there
your
was
keys.
no
Yeah, whatever's lying
there was
around.
there was no she had no qualms about it being like us being like this was a few years ago, but she had no qualms about it being totally sexual. Like
Hell
it was
yeah.
like no, I don't. We can't fucking talk. Like, what do you think this is
That's
going to be?
awesome.
You know, like
She's like, I'm supposed to bring you home to my deaf parents.
right. She was actually she was actually from DC. DC
Yeah, there's
is
like
like
a
the world
college
capital
there,
of
yeah.
deaf people
There's
because
like
there's
a really
college,
good college,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then on top of that,
Marianne, you brought some loud boy home? Some loud raced?
Listening, yeah, I don't know why I
Yeah.
said wrist, but
They're
listen-
Chinese.
Oh, you're
She's
right.
Chinese
yeah,
and black.
Sorry. Listening to podcasts and audiobooks on speakerphone.
she had nothing. She wasn't even like a partial talker. I think those guys, those like, I think
yeah.
they can hear a little.
Marley Maitland, Marley
or
Maitland,
they just learn how to move their mouths. But she no one taught her that.
Damn, was she
And
hot?
some of them can
Yeah,
get an
beautiful.
implant,
Nice.
a
Can you-
cochlear
what's she up to?
implant.
I don't know. I don't remember her name. I'll be honest with you, because I have tried to look through my phone.
Fire
There's
Tinder back
It's
up.
the name
dude.
in all capital letters.
Yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing. When she fucking when we started talking on Tinder, I go, "Where are you from?" She said, "DC." I said, "No, you're not. You're tricking me," because her grammar was so bad. And what I found out, which I still don't quite understand, is that deaf people often don't write very well.
Well, yeah, because ASL is like
is a
not-
different language.
Yeah, it's like
there's
structured
no
differently.
Yeah.
reason for them to have like conjunctions and that
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like
Holy
when you're
shit.
doing sign language, you would just say "me go eat."
Some
you know?
some deaf
Oh,
people know
caveman
like C
shit.
sign though, which is like almost like it's like a transliterated, I guess, version of English, but it like follows like English grammar rules more than like American Sign Language would.
But here's my issue with it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you can explain. Like,
Of course, yes,
So
we'll be able to.
So
I will. I got
so that she explained that to me, and she was like, ASL is not
You
like
see,
English.
Brendan, the problem is that she was half black. It's not that she was deaf.
The rules of grammar are.
My issue is that if you're deaf, wouldn't you, just because of like lack of non-hearing entertainment, wouldn't you read a lot? And wouldn't reading a lot make you be able to write a lot? Like,
no, I'm bored all the fucking time, and I still just look at my phone.
You probably play
constantly.
video games.
Yeah.
There's a whole deaf world of YouTube videos.
I don't think that
Really?
I don't think the thing holding me back from being a moron is that I can hear, like not being stupid.
Yeah, she might just be a dumb bitch.
That'd be funny. If I go around telling people, the deaf, they don't have great grammar, and then I meet other deaf people, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Heard of that? You fucked a retard.
Oh yeah,
She could hear the whole time. She was just retarded.
Yeah, you did
it's a fucking leapfrog. It's not even an iPad. The cow goes.
Me hungry, Brendan.
There's a movie.
Yeah, it's like I think she was half Chinese. There was something about her face that looked kind of Asian.
eyes.
She wasn't full Asian, but there was something. Maybe she was like half black, half Chinese, but then also white. If you can imagine the combination of those facial features.
She had a bowl haircut.
Yeah. Greg Stone's like, wow, perfect. Half a stone, one bird. I'm like, Greg, what's happening? What's going on in your head?
It's not
Perfect.
the only thing this segment has done is make me miss this girl.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, I
going,
want to
gotta-
find her.
I gotta get this deaf girl.
Yeah.
back.
Well, if she's
Well, that's the
listening,
shit that
which
stays.
I doubt she is.
That's the shit that stays in your head. You're like, you can fuck like a million hot women, and then you're like, but that pirate,
Yeah.
that's 300-pound pirate. No, I don't. It was so different.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one with no fingers.
Yeah. The homeless girl.
I do still miss the homeless girl I made out with in a gay bar in Atlanta.
I hooked up with a homeless girl one time too. That was weird.
But
She
here's
didn't
the
wanna
thing.
leave.
Was she like...
That's the plot of I Am Sam.
Oh, yeah.
You get some homeless pussy.
was
Which
she
can,
like...
you imagine if I Am Sam's fucking even homeless woman, he must be slaying.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I just wanted something different. He's getting all this regular pussy. Then he's like, I don't have to. I could raw dog her. She's homeless. What's she going to do? Keep it?
Wait, is that really what happens in I Am Sam?
It's the worst movie that's ever been made.
Wait, I thought you were making a
No.
ridiculous
No.
joke.
The
What's
plot of
I
the
Am Sam?
I Am Sam is the Sean Penn
Sean
movie.
Penn plays a
where he plays a
retard.
retarded man who's knocked up a homeless woman, and now he's raising the daughter. But because she's now become smarter than him at age 8, the state's going to take her away. And like the prosecutor or whoever the state's like representative is that takes children away from retarded people is played by Toby from West Wing.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he's like, what makes you think you can take care of a 7-year-old? An 8-year-old? This man is an idiot. You know, and he's like,
The whole case
This,
is
like,
now
impassioned-
being
Yeah.
retarded is bad.
Yeah.
It's the state's case.
Well, it's like, but it's Toby from West Wing giving this like
Right.
impassioned, like, you know, I just want to be the best speechwriter I can be,
Is
and
To-
fuck this retard. You know?
Is Toby the guy who's in Billy Madison? Who's also in Get Out?
No. That's
No,
Bradley
Whitford.
Yeah.
But
There's this-
that guy is in West Wing.
Yeah.
Speaking of deaf schools, there's this
I've never seen
Russian
West
movie
Wing.
called The Tribe. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
So it's entirely done in sign language with no subtitles.
Sounds
But it's
good.
about this like boys. No, it's one of the craziest movies I've ever seen. In my
Really?
entire life. It's about this like kids deaf school where the kid, like the new kid, gets initiated into like their world of crime. And then they assign him this girl to start pimping out at the deaf
What
school,
the
and then he
fuck?
falls in love with the girl that he's supposed to like be like sending out on the street selling
Holy
her pussy.
shit.
And yeah,
Deaf pussy for sale?
deaf pussy for sale.
That's our band. That's our post metal band. Deaf Pussy for Sale.
Yeah, and, like
Sort of like a Queens of the Stone Age.
Well, but it also works great.
DPFS.
It also works great on flyers because it's like this Friday night at the Bell House, deaf pussy for sale. You guys are like, what? Yeah, I'll come.
Yeah.
I'll
Just
come
a
for
bunch
that.
of guys exactly like you. We find out.
What, a fuck, what? It's a band? Oh fuck! I brought
There's a guy,
$60.
There's just a guy just tearing up a single dollar. Fuck this shit.
Fuck. We should also say, Brandon, a returning guest, has a great podcast, the Rad Dude Cast, and you motherfuckers should sign up on their Patreon.
Oh yeah! Next time you want to get mad at us for some bullshit audio thing and
Yeah.
delete your subscription, go sign up to
Sign
the
up
Rad.
for theirs.
Sign up to the Rad Dude podcast instead. Throw them. What do you
Yeah.
do? $5 a month.
$5 a month.
Stick to the formula, baby.
We got our formula from you.
We got our
and
formula from Chapo, and they got their formula from some other fucking loser.
And you know what?
Yeah.
We have a lot of fans that came from you guys now.
Hell yeah.
Since
Great.
the three of us have been on it. I'll be honest, most of them came from my appearance on the show.
Yeah. You did great.
Yeah,
But,
we get that a lot. We're like,
Yeah.
they were like, no more Greg, no more Anthony.
But you know what's funny is now there's this dedicated group of fans who will like message me and they'll go, Cumtown is the best podcast in the world. You guys are the second best, and Tuesdays with Stories is the third. The three best podcasts in the world. And I'm like, well, you didn't have to number them, you know?
Yeah, just say, these are my
What?
favorite podcasts.
What is going on?
They just throw in Tuesdays for no reason.
Yeah,
They're just like,
yeah. Which is great. I'm like, that's great that you
Yeah.
came over, but like, you don't have to number them.
I feel like you have to have some kind of social deficiency to like
Yeah.
be even able to listen to three people talk for an hour and not like turn it off.
100%.
Sure.
I don't
and-
care how funny it is to listen to a conversation you're not part of for an hour. It's like, what are you, a fucking serial killer?
well, not if you're talking about Deaf Pussy for Sale.
Right.
That's a band.
and and we and the
I would
Rad
go see a band.
that's a band and a good band. Stab. That's it. We and the Rad Duke has is similar to Cumtown in that like we don't.
You don't
We
pull any
also
punches.
don't have like a hook.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So like that's even harder
Right,
to like
right,
get. It's
right,
like
right,
we're
right.
not talking about like we're not taking relationship questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. We're just
Maybe we should.
sitting down
We're
and
solving
talking.
Trump. We've been talking
Yeah,
about
we've-
Donald Trump
we're-
since the election.
Yep.
We're almost there.
We're three Jewish women,
Yeah.
with Jewish witches, and we're
We're a
solving.
coven. A coven of Jewish.
What did you tell me that one podcast? It was like
They're like, we're a coven of 14 socialist kick-ass.
no, it was
Heck yeah.
hecking
socialist.
heckling socialist witches.
Oh, they're not doing a bit?
No,
I do love a 14-person podcast.
Yeah, it's the Brian Setzer Orchestra. podcast.
We make $36 a month on Patreon only because people
There's just-
listen to that
every
Nazi
25 minutes. The guy's
podcast.
like, "That is funny, Chris." And that's all that guy said. You're right. That is funny, Chris. It's funny you say that.
What's this? I don't know this.
That's
reference.
Larry. He made no. If it was a 14-person podcast, there's one guy.
Okay.
That's his only contribution.
We're a coven of 73 hecking socialist women.
Socialist women.
And we talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and wrestling.
Okay.
Man, I know it's like been a while since Nanette. No one's talking about it anymore. But I watched that Chris Gethard special that came
Nanette
out
2?
last year. Holy shit!
Is it rough?
Awful.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And it's like I
didn't know he
I
was
don't
a
understand why
stand-up.
people got fucking mad at Nanette, and this has just been on
Well, because
streaming services.
that's what some people do, where they'll like just say, "Oh, it's a one-man show, so it doesn't have to actually
Be
be
funny the whole time, yeah.
And then it's like supposed to be theater or something, but like, that fucking sucks. If I'm going to theater, let me fucking
I liked
sing a song.
I liked
show me
his
some
show.
titties. You know what I mean?
his TV show was funny.
Which one?
TCGS.
I never saw it.
Well, anyways, his special's the same exact thing as Nanette.
Yeah, it's
sure.
like sad and shit.
Let me ask you, what theater are you going to where you see titties?
I haven't
the
been.
Lion King.
Yeah, I sneak into the Lion King dressing. I have a
Matilda.
I have a webcam programmed on the dressing room of Matilda,
That Trunchbull
and I'm
bitch,
looking at Trunchbull's pussy.
her big-
I have it in her private bathroom.
yeah, her big blue tits pop out of her shirt all the time.
Oh, God.
That sounds pretty good.
Anyways, Anyways, we're all saying the Chris Gethard thing
That's
is bad.
right.
All
Brendan
of us are saying-
especially.
Brendan especially.
I don't really watch. You know what
Look,
I watch?
I don't know. I don't know the
know
guy.
that.
I was just like, I was just blown away because we sandwiched it with Cat Williams, who
is incredible.
again, the best comedian that's ever lived. Probably.
so good.
Well, the crazy thing about Cat Williams, and when people like knock him for being crazy, and it's like, well, if you smoke crack, you're going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But
But he is
crazy-
legitimately like an extremely good comedian
well, not
and
only
a great
that,
joke writer.
Not only that, dude. His audiences, like any comedian we know,
Yeah.
would get in front of an arena
Bomb.
of Cat Williams fans and be like, well, this is an impossible situation. Comedy cannot be done here.
Yeah,
Because it's an
right.
arena of people just screaming, yelling, just like fights, like crazy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And he goes up there and he controls it. He
A
conducts it.
5'2" man
Yeah.
with a perm.
Yeah, he conducts the whole thing, and it's just like 30,000 thugs, like
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
just scream. You
Half
like
Chinese.
you watch a special, and they're just yelling, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, this is comedy can't happen
Yeah.
in this situation, and he can do it. Like he's that good.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's very few people that would even take the stage. Like
Totally.
people would be in the back, like no.
I'm all set.
That,
Yeah.
that fucking bit about because he's like got some he's going off on like foreign policy in his like 2008
awesome.
special, which is like, you know, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But it's still Cat Williams, so you're like,
Yeah.
let's see where this goes, you know.
Yeah.
And then the joke is like, he's like, we're in Afghanistan, Pakistan. He's like, motherfucker, you said Afghanistan, then Syria, then blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And he's like, the joke is essentially like, look, you can go in the club and say fuck every motherfucker in the club.
Yeah.
But then you can't just walk your ass out of the club. That is such a fucking good bit. That's such a good bit.
Yeah.
It's so far beyond like what you'd expect
Right,
out of
right.
that. It's like just,
And he's just right.
and he's just right. It's just stuff, and there's no other comedian that's that like funny that gets blown up. And I don't get it. I don't like. Maybe it's because he's like consistent. I don't understand like why he doesn't really get the
He
attention.
does,
that-
But he
though.
does.
He does
He
sell
doesn't.
arenas.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
arenas,
from.
yeah.
He doesn't from comedians.
Well,
You're
he
right.
doesn't
He's
from
not-
comedians, and he
he's not-
doesn't from the media.
Right,
really.
but he.
Well, I mean,
but he's.
racism.
Well, okay. I mean,
But
but
yeah,
no,
for real. He's
no,
like hood
no.
as shit. He's not like
He's not
that's,
the
there's
black-
that. Yeah, there is that.
like,
he's not the black comic they want.
Right,
Sure, yeah.
right,
They
right.
There
want
is
the
that.
queer black
Yeah,
comic.
he's homophobic.
yeah.
Probably. You know what I mean?
But he's
Well, he
right.
hit it.
He's not wrong.
He hit a
you
target.
listen to the bit, and he's not wrong.
He hit a Target employee in the face with his motorcycle.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
that
We
was
were just
awesome.
talking about that.
The
yeah.
I believe the details of the transaction were the Target employee expressed possible interest in buying the motorcycle helmet and then backed out of the deal, and Cat Williams hit him in the face with the motorcycle helmet, which is fair. Fuck you. You said you were going to buy it from him. I just watch. I don't watch comedy. I just watch clips of Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
That's all I
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I like Norm.
He's the best.
Yeah, Norm does it for me.
I haven't seen the show. I saw a couple episodes. It was pretty good.
Of the
I used to love
Netflix
that
show?
podcast.
It's the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a magic to that podcast because it came out of nowhere.
Right.
You're just not expecting Norm to
It's the
have a
best
platform.
podcast
Yeah.
ever.
That first season of the Norm Macdonald podcast was
Yeah, it's the best podcast
Yeah.
ever.
that's number 1, Cumtown number 2, Rad Dude Cast number 3.
I used to love. I used to love when it first came out, and this was before I knew what a podcast was. This was back before there was an app where you had to
Yeah, go to
buy
the
'em-
internet.
You had to buy them like they were audiobooks on
or you'd
from
have to
iTunes
like
or
go
from
to
iTunes,
www.
yeah.
dot.
I loved the Ricky Gervais podcast, and he since has really gotten on my nerves.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
when he
Sure.
first came out, when
Oh,
I
it was
first like
amazing.
learned about him, and like when I first started listening to that podcast was fucking great.
I never listened to. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
never-
great. And
I
then
missed it.
and then he eventually became kind of whiny and shitty and
Didn't HBO just bought it and they animated it?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Carl Pilkington one.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I used to watch that when I lived with Cubis. He would download all of them.
yeah.
But that shit's so funny.
It's so
funny.
great because
and Carl Pilkington in real
Well,
life
we were
is like a genius.
We were
too.
saying like we kind of stole the formula. We go 2 idiots and then 1 smart guy that's a loser.
I'm not
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah,
Well, a
pretends
guy
to be
that
smart.
thinks
I
he's
sound smart.
pretend he's
yeah, but
smart.
the funny
bet
thing
that's
is
right.
like
yeah.
but that's what the thing about your podcast is like
Well, you guys do the same thing. Like Greg is the imbecile.
Greg is dumb as shit.
Greg's a fucking moron.
I feel
Mentally-
like I got to stick up for Greg.
No,
here.
you know he's a fucking idiot.
No, Greg's Greg's playing a part. I love Greg. He's very smart. He's sensitive about that. But here's
Greg
the
is
thing.
stupid. Yeah,
Here's
you're
the
right.
thing.
You're right,
Nick,
Brendan.
You're like a genius level.
No.
No.
Yes, you are.
Nick
Yes,
is.
you are.
No.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking.
No, I'm
that's
not.
that's
There's like
the,
four
that's
things.
the thing about this podcast.
No.
No,
You insist you're
I
not,
agree.
and you act like you're not, but you are.
No,
You are.
I have like old man tidbits where there's certain like I know specific information about like,
UPN.
about weird things.
Yeah.
And
the
so people are like,
European
how do you know that?
1990s
And it's like
lineup.
because I don't know how to read.
Yes, but
But
but reading like that's a choice. I bet if your IQ was tested,
No,
it's probably extraordinarily
it's-
high.
I choose to be illiterate.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, yeah.
It's literally
No.
not a choice. It's weird because I have like no control over the shit that stays in my head. But there's certain things that are like facts that I'll remember that I don't know what. Like I think like I knew the commercial release date of CDs. It was like October down to like the month. It was like October of like 1982 that I pulled one time. I have no idea why I know that. And it's like people will mention comedians that I've known probably a decade, and I haven't seen them in 2 months. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
They should make a
Who are you
they
talking
should make a movie of you called Worthless Rain Man.
Basically, no, that's it.
Rain
That's
Man,
literally it.
except none of the facts are helpful.
Which is just a mentally disabled.
Yeah.
It's I Am Sam.
No, because they don't know
They make
any
a movie
facts.
Actually-
called Childless Sam.
Yeah.
And the court just doesn't like him. So
Yeah.
the state takes him to
Yeah.
court to be like,
Like-
this man is fucking retarded.
He keeps.
You think you
the
could
judges-
raise an 8-year-old? I don't have an
I
8-year-old.
don't
man.
have an 8-year-old. They're like, but even still,
Yeah.
he's too dumb to raise an 8-year-old.
He keeps raw dogging the homeless.
He keeps Senator Toby, are you going to get to a point here?
Yeah.
Why are we even here today? To call this man retarded. Okay, all right, case closed. He's an imbecile.
Yeah, the thing is.
BetDSI.com.
Yep.
That's
That's
the end of
correct.
the read. We're trying a new thing now where the read is as short as possible.
I like that.
And I'm presenting this to the clients this week, BetDSI. And that's it. That's the whole read. BetDSI.com. Because the problem is that people fast forward through the reads, but if you do them quick enough, they don't have time.
We could just intersperse them in the middle of stories.
You go like, BetDSI.com. What a
Wait,
great
what is-
joke.
what is
You're going to have to
this-
rewind.
what is this
BetDSI.com.
What's that?
What's ventDSI.com?
BetDSI.com.
It's Vent DSI. It's a ventilation
It's
corporation.
a ventilation company.
You guys
Yeah.
doing?
And
you
can
do
really-
reads for
you can
industrial
doing
bitch out.
HVAC? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, man. A lot of podcasts aim high.
Yeah.
You got to get into the local HVAC.
Yeah,
That's right.
Simon Vol GmbH Industrial Concerns is proud to sponsor the Cumtown podcast.
And if you're
Do you need acetate polymers for your?
in Eastern Long Island, yeah, it's not a national thing.
It says vulcanized rubbers for any industrial application. We're talking,
That's right.
a mid-grade heavy equipment.
That's right.
Re-imaging systems.
That's right. Whatever you can think of
Yeah.
that stuff would be used for,
Yeah,
we do it.
yeah.
See that what you just said. You're a genius.
It's literal
No,
nonsense.
see,
It's
comedians
literal
are
nonsense.
stupid, Brendan.
I
That's
know,
what's
but
going
he-
on
he
here.
came up.
None of those things mean anything.
I know, but that's genius. You
know
just
what?
made up
You-
a commercial.
You know
and I
what?
was
You
like,
and Greg are both stupid.
he just made up a commercial, and I was like, I do have vulcanized rubber needs. I do.
You're a dumb, crazy man.
Holy shit. R. Kelly has been dropped by his record label following a documentary series that drew allegations to decades of sexual misconduct allegations. I have enough money to get a fucking recording studio and start a label and fucking sign R. Kelly right now.
Not Guilty
His
Records.
Streaming and album sales went through the roof after that came out.
But he probably doesn't own
This
all the old backlogs.
this is buy low, sell high.
I
I know I've made some investing mistakes recently.
You're following up Bitcoin with signing R. Kelly to a $10 million deal.
Yes.
we have to give it cash on hand
I'm
up
telling
front.
you. I'm telling you.
Suitcase.
I'm telling you, I'm putting every goddamn dollar I have into R. Kelly. And the difference is with my label, just say you fucked the kid. Just say it. I'm not going to censor you. You want to put that in the song? No more euphemism. We'll go direct to market.
suck a child's
We're going to cut out the middleman. The fathers.
Yeah, the FBI.
Yeah. Anyways, betdsi.com, you can bet on.
You can bet on whether
BetTheSite.com
raped those children or
is a
not.
premier sports betting website. They've been in business over 20 years, paying out fucking
Paying
winners.
out winners.
They offer live in-game wagering. Change your mind, change your bets. They got award-winning mobile app, easy to use anywhere, 24/7 customer service. You call them up, say, I'm gonna kill myself. What else do they do? Stop.
They have a customer support
They do.
24/7.
They do customer support 24/7.
24/7.
24 days a week, 7 days a week. baby.
24 days a month.
Yeah.
7 hours a day. So, yep. You got to figure out when though.
We
They
actually
won't tell
never
you.
found out what the DSI stands for.
Deranged.
It's Black Entertainment
Sexual-
Television doesn't seem interesting.com. How about that?
Where's the B?
BT.
Bet.
Oh, bet BET. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I think bet is just bet.
Oh, bet's just bet.
And DSI is something.
Bet.
Yeah, because it's a betting website.
Okay. Bet.
But Black Entertainment Television doesn't seem interesting. That's pretty good.
Mhm.
Why would they be in the gambling business though?
Because
What
it's a
kind of
gamble
bets
to
are
have
these
that as
guys
a name.
doing?
That's true.
Oh,
It's a gambling website.
it's a gambling.
Oh,
Sports.
No,
Yeah.
no Vents.
No offense. No, that's
Okay.
a different
Yeah, I misheard.
sponsor.
Yeah.
yeah.
But they have politics bets too,
Yeah,
right?
you can bet. It's not just sports, baby.
You can bet.
Oh, yeah.
Will Gangster
Look, the new
Pelosi
Bachelor's
gang
coming
it
out.
up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bachelor bet. You can bet on that.
I think you know what they should do with the new Bachelor. They get a straight guy, and it's mostly women, but then 2 like gay black men or whatever.
Okay.
And
Are
then
they
if he
really
d-
hot?
Yeah, but and if he doesn't pick those guys,
He's
shaming campaign on
Canceled.
social media. We bully this guy into picking them.
I always said they should do the gay Bachelor.
Deontay, I guess you get a rose.
They should do
too.
the gay Bachelor and have one gay guy.
of course,
choosing-
you'd say you should have
But
your
then,
own TV
but
show.
then they'd all.
the Gay Bachelor, starring Adam
Yeah.
Friedland.
Starring me.
Check out my
But-
cool apartment. I'm gay and I'm stylish.
No, but then what would happen was all the contestants would just be like, "Why do we have to just compete for this one guy?"
They'd fuck
and they
each
just
other.
all start fucking each other.
Yeah.
and it wouldn't work.
Which was that show Temptation Island.
Yeah, right.
Remember that?
Exactly. To make
You know
people-
what,
The
though?
Temptation
That's
Island
back.
was so funny because it was like NBC had Survivor. They're like people.
It was
competing
Fox, yeah.
on an island, and then Fox was like people fucking.
Yeah,
I think
That's
it's back.
it.
yeah.
It's
Temptation
just
Island?
Yes.
fucking.
Yeah.
All they do is fuck.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what though, Adam? The show you just talked about.
I remember watching
I would
that-
love to watch.
The
That
gay
show-
Bachelor. It would be better than the regular
all
Bachelor.
those guys fucking.
I remember
and
watching-
It's
sucking.
an orgy.
Temptation Island when I was like 11, 12, whenever that was on.
Oh yeah, jack off.
And
to
just
Temptation
being like,
Island.
man, I'm never gonna have sex.
Yeah, I would beat off the Temptation
yeah. I'm like,
Island.
I'm just never going to fuck.
They should bring
I'm not
back-
hot with abs.
I'm not
on a
never going to
beach.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You can't line me up at the edge of a pool with other people.
They should.
I would
do-
go to the pool and take my shirt off and crawl to the edge of the pool as fast as possible,
Covering your
and submerge
titties.
my body. And I'd be like, "No, it's magnification from the never, just up to my nose in water in the deep end. Don't look at me."
They should throw an ugly guy on Temptation Island just for just so everyone's fucking and then one guy's just mad.
Yeah.
Well,
and then you
they-
can bet on who wins at betthesi.com.
Yep.
They offer live in-game wagering. This week we're going to be betting on
The fucking
NFL.
Take.
bet on the NFL this week.
Fuck.
So when you sign up, make sure you use promo
Oh
code
no, it's the
what?
bye week or something.
No, it's the Rams.
Oh,
no,
no,
there's
no.
a bye before the Super Bowl.
Bet now. Who gets the buy? You bet.
Yeah.
Put the money
It's
down.
the Pro Bowl.
No, it's not the Pro Bowl.
No. This
The
week.
week-
This
Nah,
week
but
is
this is for
the
next-
games are this week.
No, this is for Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
bye
so
week.
this week is the Pro Bowl, and then
Yeah, bet
next
on the
week is the
AFC.
Super Bowl. And as we know, the Super Bowl is the Cleveland Browns versus the Oakland Raiders.
So bet on that. You fucking idiots.
You fucking piece of shit.
Fucking gambling retards.
Oh, I should also mention that the shows for this week have been moved. I had some problems with the fucking venues in Delaware and Hartford. They're
Oh,
postponed.
wait. This episode comes out on the 23rd.
yeah,
on Wednesday.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is today, the 23rd.
Which is
when
today.
We're recording.
So if you were coming to Hartford, Delaware, you've
This,
already gotten
this
an
episode
email.
was actually recorded on July 7th, 2016.
Yeah, yeah.
Every episode of Cumtown.
So prescient.
We're
Cumtown
not
was
sure.
one non-stop conversation that happened 2.5 years ago. that we've now edited into pieces.
We should do that. We should just do random ass.
I've been living in
episodes.
Tahiti, fucking natives.
yeah. Nick's Colonel Kurtz or whatever the fuck his name is.
Nice, dude. You got it.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Is
You
it
got
Kurtz?
It's Kurtz. Yeah. So when you sign up, make sure you use promo code CUM120 so they know we sent you. When you sign up, you've got some options. You can just play and cash out, or you can take the bonus money, which is like getting a casino comp up front before you've played at the tables. It has a rollover requirement, but it's free cash. So if you're going to be in the sports book, which is where we like to gamble.
We love being in the sports book.
I love being in the sports book. You can use promo code CUM120 up to $1,000. They're going to give you 60% bonus cash, which would turn $1,000 into $1,600 to play with. And we know you guys like playing with stuff. So that's betdsi.com, CUM120. Let's start the show,
Let's
folks.
start it.
Welcome.
Yo, what if the S stands for sports book?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bet
the sports
the sports book
Yeah.
incredibly.
Yeah, nice. I guess we figured it out.
Yep.
I do think it's you. I don't trust a company that won't tell you what it stands for.
That's so
I
true.
I think you
I
guys should
bet
be
you-
suspicious of them.
no, you should not.
No, still use their service and give them their money, your
Yeah.
money, but be very suspicious.
Yeah, furrow your brow while you do it.
Make sure you do a lot of brow furrowing.
Brow furrowing. But yeah, Hartford and Delaware are going to happen in a different week, guys. But still come see me in San Diego and L.A. San Diego on the 27th, L.A. on the 2nd. And then come to Funny Moms, which is, I don't fucking know, the 28th. I won't be here, unfortunately. But we got a great lineup for you.
Joe List.
He'll be there. Somebody else will also be there.
Some other people.
A couple other people. Fuck. Brendo, what's up, man? So you're not fucking these deaf hoes no more.
No, I'm seeing somebody. I pissed in her bed.
Sexually, or
No, man. Stone.
do you get into piss shit?
No, I don't like that.
Wait,
You don't
had
like?
a-
Have you tried it?
What? No. In the shower once, I pissed on a girl, but more as a joke.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Just
You
on her-
always
on her-
present it as a
what, like
joke.
as like a jellyfish sting kind of thing, or like in the mouth?
No, on her leg. You know, I was
Yeah, that's-
behind her.
that's not gonna do
It
it
wasn't
for you.
sexual. I don't like it sexually.
You should try it. Everybody should try it.
I'm open to it. I'm
Lisa's
open to
talking
it.
about it becoming the sexual thing. That people are
No,
gonna start pissing.
I did. I don't give a shit what Lisa is doing.
When,
don't fucking
when were you on record as saying this?
like a year ago, because I was doing a thing about like like everybody talking about eating ass or whatever. It's like,
Oh,
first of
shit.
all, I was eating ass when I was 16.
That's
So,
the thing.
You don't have fucking.
I'm sick of this. People saying what's new. What I've been. I ate ass before I even ate pussy.
Right.
I ate
What?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know which one was
Yeah,
which.
I licked a girl's ass in fucking middle school. I licked a girl's
what?
ass.
You
Damn.
ate ass in middle
The
school?
hole.
Yes, I licked a girl's asshole in middle school because I just thought that's what I just wanted to. I just went with what I wanted to do. And that's what I
Really?
fucking want to do. And
Yeah.
now, 2 years ago, I got to hear everyone going, eating ass is in.
Exactly.
Eating ass was never out.
Exactly.
And now people are going, pissing's the next big thing. Fuck you. There's guys that have been
Yeah.
pissing in women's mouths since 1974.
That's what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
me, but don't act like it's a new goddamn
Well,
thing.
that's all I'm trying to do is preempt because there is gonna the pissing thing is starting. Maybe
Yeah.
I didn't see it yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pissing thing is starting, and I'm trying to before these fuckers
Sure.
can say, look, this is me. This is me buying
It's
R.
Nick's
Kelly.
bit.
I'm buying R. Kelly.
Yeah.
It's not my bit.
It's your
I'm
bit.
protecting my client's interests.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Who's
he's
number
been
one?
pi-
Who's number one pisser?
He's the number one pisser.
Oh, shit.
Top pisser in the
I'm
game.
sorry that I had to spell it all out.
So
for
you've
You
been a
did,
piss
yeah.
guy for a long time. I just don't
I've
like
done it. It's whatever.
Yeah, I'm not into it. I'm open to it.
Yeah.
It can be
If a
sometimes.
girl said piss in my mouth, I'd say I will gladly.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to. I'd fucking love to.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It doesn't get me off. But you know what I mean.
Well,
if it gets her
I
off,
It
agree.
literally
I
can't
agree.
get you off because
Yeah.
you're pissing.
but if it gets her off, great. I'm
Yeah.
right on board. You know, I'll
it
piss
doesn't
over
get
your,
anyone
I'll
off.
piss all over your
You're just
fucking face.
Going to the bathroom.
But no, this was the non-sexual, stone cold sober. I'm sleeping.
Sober.
I pissed
That's
her,
right.
and I as a drunk, I never pissed the bed.
Yeah.
As a kid, I never pissed the bed.
What?
All of a sudden, out of nowhere,
As an adult.
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 3 weeks into a relationship, I pee the bed.
you kidding?
And not like a half pee, and I wake up and then
So-
go
It's
in your
piss the
boxers,
rest.
no.
This is I wake up hours later, unrelated, and am covered in piss.
Incredible.
Yeah, and so I'm lying there going.
Did she realize it?
Well, she's sleeping, and I'm going. Do I do I roll her
blame
into
it on
it?
her.
You know what I mean? Do I roll her in, rub her in it a
You
little
spit
bit?
on her pussy. And you're like,
Yeah,
you just pissed.
yeah,
Hey, I don't want to embarrass you, but
Yeah.
your pussy leaked all
Yeah.
over.
Well, that's the other
did
thing.
You got so wet while you were sleeping.
That's
last
the other
night.
thing. I'm like, is it smart? Could I say I came? You know, like, could I, like I don't know.
You squirted.
You did this. You did this to me. I fucking had a wet dream. That's how much. Yeah, it smells like ammonia. That's love cum. You know, but
Damn.
but she was cool about it. She works with kids.
VentDSI.com, by the way, if you want to buy any industrial grade ammonia products.
VentDSI.com.
She works with toddlers, so she goes, I'm kind of used to this. And I
Nice.
go, well.
And your penis
I didn't
size,
want
too.
to. I didn't want to be lumped in with them.
Yeah,
but I guess this is all right. I was hoping I wouldn't get thrown in with.
Oh, I fuck toddlers constantly. I'm always fucking toddlers.
But yeah, man, that's like it should be like
Stone cold sober. Really?
Stone Cold Sober, and you know,
Damn.
and it was like a relationship builder. Like it should
Sure.
be, you know, in like a
If you can
woman's
overcome
magazine
that,
where they're
yes,
like,
let him piss the bed.
you want to find out if he's right for you. Build an IKEA shelf together.
Right,
It should
right,
be
right.
like piss the bed 3 weeks in.
Right.
You'll
right,
find
right,
out
right,
if
right.
she's
Yeah.
the girl. You know,
Right,
like
yeah.
she handled it great.
Maybe she dipped your fucking fingers in warm water. Maybe she was trying to figure out how you'd react.
Could be. I don't
Ooh,
care.
she
You do
pranked
that-
you.
That's the thing about that prank is if you don't care, it's not a prank. The prank's on them. Then.
True,
If they
true.
put your fingers in warm water and you piss yourself and you go, yeah, it's your fucking couch.
Yeah,
buddy.
I've never pissed in bed. A couple of years ago, though, I had like maybe 2 beers before I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I woke up, and I was just like buzzed. I don't know like why I did it. Maybe I was sleepwalking. I don't. But I
Yeah.
remember being lucid.
Yeah.
But I got out of bed, and my laptop was like on the ground next to my bed, and I just started pissing all over my laptop. And I was like, oh, that's not right. And then I went and just pissed in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
And I don't-
That's not right. Now this is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels good. man.
That was my issue before I got sober. I would never piss the bed,
Yeah.
but I would do that a lot.
Yeah.
You'd be in the wrong place.
And one time I wake up, I'm like home from college. You know, I come downstairs. My mom's like weird, you know, and I go, "What's the problem?" And she goes, "You don't know what you did last night?" And I go, "What?" And she goes,
You raped me.
She goes, "You fucked
You
me.
ate my ass.
You
You came
fucked
home
me-
from middle school and ate my ass.
You drank my Heinekens and raped me.
You fucked me in the mouth." And then you came too soon, you piece of shit. No, so I came out of the bedroom, and my mom was awake, and my mom goes, "Brendan," and apparently I didn't say anything, and I just faced my mom. She goes, "We were 5 feet away from each other, and you just pulled out your dick and started pissing on the ground 5 feet away from me as I'm looking in your face, telling you to stop." And I go, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, you know? Sorry. Yeah.
Incredible.
And you kept
dude.
muttering, "I love you, mom."
Yeah.
Am I a
Mom,
good
it's
son
for you.
now?
Yeah.
Mommy, I love you.
Jesus Christ, that's
I
hilarious.
had my friend, my buddy lived in a 3-person dorm, and he had one roommate who was just the biggest piece of shit. He'd get blackout every weekend and just piss in a different place in the dorm. He'd open up drawers and like a
Sure,
dresser.
yeah.
He'd piss in there. My friend was in bed with another girl. He pissed on him, the girl.
What?
Yeah, when he came over, he like staggered drunk.
That's just a good
It
bit.
was Trevor, dude. Trevor was in bed with a
Really?
girl, and then his roommate just pissed. He peed on Phil. He peed on
incredible.
everyone.
You
Yeah.
remember, Dana had, the friend of the show, Dana, had like this roommate that lived down like
West
the
Coast
hall.
Adam.
Yeah, West Coast Adam. This guy lived down the hall, and then the girl lived next to her, like in like the room next to her. You know, so there's like 2 rooms at one
Yeah.
side of the hall, and then this other guy. So the guy who lived at the end of the hall. Well, anyways, like one morning, the girl lives in the room next door. Just is like, "Wow, wait, what the fuck? Wait," you know, like just like screaming or whatever. And then you hear the guy be like, I'm sorry," you know. And then like later, the story is that he had gotten up in the morning, walked into her room, and started like shitting on her nightstand. He just went into it thinking it was the bathroom. Well, see, I sat down on the nightstand and just started forcing a turd out of his ass onto the
That's
nightstand.
insane.
I know.
Pissing is whatever.
Yeah,
You just
right,
piss. But the, like, Just like you stoop. I don't know what the fuck would you do. You're squatting and shitting
I
on a
don't know.
nightstand.
But that guy was such like a, like just like sort of like a buttoned up DC guy.
Yeah.
Do you imagine like, oh, I'm sorry, I guess I had
I'm so sorry.
too many Cabernets last night at bar trivia.
That were fucking rules.
Maybe I answered too many questions.
I was at the
bar
office
trivia.
bar trivia.
Yeah, right. I had a butterscotch candy at maybe after 5 p.m. I don't know.
I've been really into these YouTube videos of this. It's this British guy that went to prison in Arizona. He became an ecstasy kingpin and did 7 years in Arizona. And he does all these YouTube videos where people just ask him questions about prison. And he did this video.
He's not still in prison.
No, he's out.
Gotcha.
He did this video about the greatest shit slinger he's ever known of in prison. Because shit slinging is like, it's for the guys that
And to be clear, we're talking about like this is like not literal because that happens in prison also.
No, this is literal.
Oh, literal.
This
shit
is
slinging.
literal
Okay.
Like
shit
a
slinging.
baboon.
Yes,
You put shit in a cup
and
of glass.
and they're mostly people
Ugh.
that have been everything taken away from them. So they're lifers who have their
They can't use
TVs
the TV,
taken away from them. So
right,
they have
right,
everything. So it's like there's nothing you
Nothing
can
to
really do
lose.
to it.
Yeah.
So this guy was known as the best shit slinger. Like there was all sorts of signs. Like the guards couldn't come close.
I
to
hope
him.
he has stirrups.
And he would like mix the shit to the right consistency. He'd keep it in milk cartons. He had all these. He would make tubes out of newspapers. He would make tubes to like shoot it out at the guard. So they take him to shower one day, and they're so careful. of this
one
guy.
of you is the sheriff?
They check him. They check him. They come to get him out of the shower. He's been in the shower for 15 minutes, whatever. They check him everywhere. They look in there. They're very careful. There's no holes. He can't get out. They look. There's nowhere he could have put any shit. So they're like, okay, put your hands out. He puts his
fistful
hands
of
out.
turds.
He puts his hands out. He gets cuffed up. He starts walking down the hall. They're walking down the hall.
Is he nude?
What? Yeah, he's naked. They're walking down the hall, back to his cell. All of a sudden, he just starts spraying shit out of his mouth. He took a dump, put it in his mouth, and swished it around for 45 minutes.
He's got the turds in his mouth. He's lit up the town square with turds out of his mouth.
He swished the shit around in his mouth to make it like a fountain and just
Salute.
spraying the garbage.
We're gonna have to get the marshals in here.
And they're running around like fucking Abbott and Costello, like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
Jesus Christ, the shit's in his mouth.
That's awesome.
Good for that guy.
And then all the
honestly.
prisoners
and
like,
whatever
that
horrendous.
guy's the best shit slinger there ever was.
Well, I'll tell you what's probably a lot better than having a bunch of human feces in your mouth is wearing boots from Thursday Boots.
I agree.
Thursday
They're really
Boots-
good boots.
ThursdayBoots.com is a boots company that sells boots. And you would think it's just on Thursdays, but it's not actually. Thursday is...
It's just a name.
Yeah, I don't actually know
There was a band named Thursday.
why it's called that.
It doesn't matter,
It
but
does.
they're good ass boots.
And
And they got the same shit that the big dick heritage brands have.
oh, yeah, Herod, well, good for you.
And they got
remembering that.
special Chicago
But
leather.
they actually have bigger dicks than the heritage brands.
Yeah.
Because those motherfuckers charge the same do the same shit for higher prices.
Genuine buffalo foreskin.
That's right.
They cut the dick tips off a buffalo. And
Oh, yeah.
Stretch them over
Wingtips.
well, the feet of paraplegics.
That's right.
So these are feet that have never touched the ground before.
No.
Soft.
Beautiful,
Just
soft.
But
pristine.
shaped beautifully.
Yeah. So they get these handicapped kids and they chain them up down.
No, they're
chain them up down there with the buffalo.
No,
they're
they're in
free
another
range. They're
room
free
and it's
range.
very nice and comfortable.
Yeah. They're like, can I go home? They're like, it's not fucking Thursday yet. I told you could go home on Thursday. And they've got a calendar that's just only got Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and
skips
Sunday.
the Friday.
Why don't you look at the calendar, boy? You and your gimp legs can go home on Thursday. We got buffalo dick boots to make. And that I think that's where it comes from.
Yep.
Uh,
That's correct.
So let me ask you: do you prefer clunky work boots or delicate fashion boots? Cheap boots that fall apart after a few wears, or shelling out $400 for a pair of boots to barely get you through one season?
No,
all
fuck
of
that
these
shit.
are possible at Thursday.
No,
Hold on. There's more after that. Well, here's not something you might know. There's another option.
None of that bullshit.
Thursday Boot Company, a 4-year-old bootstrapped startup. They put bootstrap in quotation marks because it's sort of like a joke.
It's a pun. It's a pun.
But what they mean is that there's children strapped to the ground in the basement.
That's they
No, they
strap
don't
that.
mean that.
Strapped to the
That was
boots.
a comedy
Hence,
joke.
a 4-year-old startup.
No.
The company's
Yeah.
been around for 10 years. But
No.
They
There
employ
are no 4-year-olds
No.
in their basements.
No, it's a good company.
that has been shaking up the
They
industry.
hire like 11 year
They have been shaking up the industry. That
Yeah.
is true.
By-
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. That's how you get the kids to be paraplegic. You shake them as an
Shake them
infant.
at birth.
Create brainstem injuries so they
The
can't walk.
industry, the industry is the kid's name.
Yeah.
They've been shaking him
They're
up
all
for
named
years, for
industry.
4 years.
The industry, you can go home on Thursday, boy.
You can go home on Thursday. Now shake your brother. Shake your baby brother.
You better hope these boots sell, boy.
Hopefully that cum podcast that do their job maybe it'll be Thursday this week. Wait, here you go. The brand started in 2014. The name Thursday came about because on Thursday you work hard, but it's also the unofficial start of the weekend.
So true.
That's what I always say.
That is so true.
That's
dude.
so fucking true.
That's weird because I thought they sent the 4-year-old paraplegics home on
That's
Thursday.
what it is.
That's
Yeah.
what I always thought that.
No,
Thursday
I
Boots,
guess it's
the
not.
first boot company they allowed Ian Fidance to name.
Boom shakalaka boots.
Yo, I had the best name for a shoe company. It's Thursday, because on Thursday it's the weekend.
You work hard, but it's the weekend.
You should be allowed to be gay on Thursday. Well, he's
And your dad looking
Right.
down from
He's
heaven
doing-
doesn't get sad on
doing
Thursday.
a bar mitzvah opening for Jerry Seinfeld. Just some trust fund kid. You should be able to suck dick in a movie theater. Ian Ixnay on the dick sucking material. Don't. It's okay to blow guys for crack. They're like, who booked him for this? It's an outdoor ed event at a fucking middle school. Right? Guys, we got a comedian for lunch. Thursday you work hard, but it's also the unofficial start of the weekend. Durable enough to take a serious beating. Oh, come on,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
There's
come
too
on.
much in this
I
copy
know.
that feeds into the paraplegic kid thing. Durable enough to take a serious beating and sophisticated enough to clean up for a date. So they beat and fuck the kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids are sophisticated.
Clean up, boy. Why? Is it Thursday? No.
No,
It's Wednesday.
it's Friday.
What happens on Wednesday? I have to be a girl. That's right. You gotta be a girl. Don't cry now. You know you can't feel it with your numb ass. You ain't got nothing past C3. Don't act like you feel nothing going inside you. I can feel it in my soul. That's right. You can feel it in your soul. That's what keeps the boots soft. Anyways, Thursday boots are built for men and women who understand quality and want a good-looking pair of boots that will last a few seasons. Made in the same North American manufacturing facilities as the heritage brands
That's
your
right.
parents and grandparents wore. Not Adam's grandparents because they had their shoes taken away from them when they got to the camps. They sell for 2 or
That
3
is
times
true.
the price. Thursday boots are not only a better value, but they use better materials too. Like the famous Chrome XL leather from the Horween Tannery in Chicago.
Oh yeah, that's good shit.
Now,
You ever been there in Chicago?
the Horween
The
Tannery.
Horween Tannery?
I mean, really, they put that in here, and it's like, do people know what that is?
In the boot game, maybe.
I just like the idea.
You lived in Chicago, right?
No,
No?
never, no.
You're just
Cleveland.
from the
I'm
Midwest.
from Cleveland.
I
yeah.
just always assume every Midwest comic goes to Chicago before
Dude,
New York.
that's fucking insulting.
Yeah,
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Stereotypes over
I'm
here.
sorry.
I just like the idea of the guys.
If you have like a
And,
black guy, I was like, you from Africa?
You from Compton?
You went to Africa for comedy?
I like the guys at Thursday's Boots being like, he the ad read. We got a lot of sales from Cumtown, but the ad read was largely about child molestation. The child was paralyzed, and then at the end, I thought that was going to be the end of it, and then he did a Holocaust thing.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Just sneaking that in. Just sneaking in. And they were like,
well, hold on. We have to shit on the tannery, too.
Yeah, we have to shit on the tannery. But it's from the Horween Tannery. So, I don't know. Look that up. I guess it's good.
How do you spell that?
Gaydam.
Well, I don't know if you want to be. I don't know if you want to be claiming a historical tannery in Chicago, because I don't know if any of you guys have ever read The Jungle.
Oh, of course, we've all read.
Yeah, we all read
Upton
it.
Sinclair.
Yeah,
I read
Good
that.
job, homework.
The beef industry in Chicago is like notoriously like the worst place in the history of places.
Yeah,
to
but
work.
you're not
But
going
not
to
the
eat
leather
the
That was
boots.
like in the 20s.
Where do you think the leather comes from?
Yeah.
Well, from abused
We've all-
cows, but they treat the
We've all
leather
read the
nice.
chapter in The Jungle entitled "It's Not Thursday Yet."
It's
all know.
Wednesday, girl.
Oh, yeah, we all know how the boots. are
Okay,
made.
so yeah, this is they
Look,
make,
I'm not saying. Look, you can't say that they're not. They can't get mad at that because it's like a lot of boot companies do that. That's just how.
That's how boots are made.
If you want to make glue, you got to kill a horse.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, if
grind
you want
up a horse.
bad boots, then
Yeah.
use a kid that's not paralyzed.
Right. Go
Right.
get some boots from
Yeah.
China where the children just make the shoes.
I gotta say, these leathers look really nice.
At the Horween Tannery?
Yeah.
So the call to action here, with prices starting at $149 and
That
free
ain't
shipping and
shit.
returns,
Free shipping and returns, mamma mia.
Thursday boots are the best buy for this winter. And with their clean, timeless design and durability, Thursday boots will keep you standing comfortably for years to come.
I have fucked up feet. I'm wearing some right now.
Yeah. They are nice
so
shoes.
good.
They are
They're
nice,
nice boots.
You can't say they're not. I don't even know what the fuck this company was, but like before they even
That is true. Motherfuckers
sponsored
wear
us,
them.
it's like everybody. Yeah, like my cousin was wearing them, and then
Yeah.
my cousin already had a pair, and then his mom got him like a gift certificate to the company, anyways.
See that?
So people like my cousin, who's not a fucking retard that has a podcast that
Yeah,
people
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to. He's a normal person.
Yeah, with a regular
with a job that he has to show up to. He's in a successful relationship.
Yes.
He's smiling all the
Sounds
time.
fucking gay.
Fucking texts me every like month or two, like we got to see each other.
No,
again.
we don't, bitch. I
I
have
love
to play
you.
video
Yeah,
games.
we do not need to see each other. I want to, but I can't bring myself to attach to anyone, even people I've known my entire life, who I genuinely have feelings for, and I can't bring myself to say I love you to. So that's kind of who the boots are for.
That's So if you could say, if you've said "I love you" to anyone,
Yeah, if you've ever loved anyone,
or you know what, I'm sorry. This is for our fan base. No, just buy the fucking boots.
just buy the boots,
Well, I-
you stupid
if
asshole.
I can give a tip to your fans,
Yeah.
and this relates right into the boots.
Yeah.
My dad, he's from Ireland.
Oh,
they don't
okay.
have a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never told me he loved me. Then I hung myself,
Yeah.
and now he tells me he loves me.
Whoa.
Yeah, so all you got to do,
Mm-hmm.
if you got one of these dads that aren't good with the feelings, hang yourself unsuccessfully,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll start sometimes saying that.
Make a loose ass knot with a fucked up little blanket or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
For me,
maybe.
it's kind of a boy who cried wolf.
I mean, I don't
situation
want to
at
be a
this
dick
point.
or anything, man, but like, we have a relationship with these companies. If you can't say like morbid shit, like that.
What? No, what I'm saying.
Brennan,
what
come
I'm-
on,
You're gonna
man.
get
You
us.
can't
you're
say
gonna get
fucked
us,
up shit like
we're
that,
gonna be
dude.
you get us dropped by this.
Yeah,
online.
no, I know.
What are you, fucking Chris Gethard over here? This is your little Chris Gethard hour. Anyways,
Keep it light, Brendan.
yeah, just chill out, all right? No one
Relax,
no one gives a shit about your fucking Mick dad and his stupid feelings.
relax.
Well, they don't do sales or discounts. Head over to ThursdayBoots.com/town.
Town,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, I wonder why they chose that. That's ThursdayBoots.com/TOWN and get free shipping and returns. And use our link so the Boots people know we sent you.
No, we sent you.
Let's start the
Let's
show.
start the show.
Let's start the show.
Let's start the fucking show.
All right, go mites.
I'll tell you what, dude.
Lewis is kind of like Cosby. It's like the impression doesn't need to be like anywhere close
No.
to what Lewis actually sounds like.
Oh, just do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a son. I'm gay.
I'm gay.
I'm gay and Puerto Rican.
It's just Cookie Monster.
Nom 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 nom.
C
Cock.
is for penis. That's good enough for me. But cock monster, C stands for cock. No, it stands for penis. But that's not. You're teaching the children the wrong thing. Are you saying there's something wrong with being gay that children shouldn't know about? No, that's just not the alphabet. I'm going to get you fired. That's what cock monster does.
Cock monster.
C is for penis. They're like, that's not technically correct. What do you mean by that? No. Eat all the penis you want. It's just C doesn't stand for penis, cock monster.
I love cock.
How dare you?
I love cock.
I'm telling. I'm going to tell.
I'm blogging about this.
I'm telling on you.
What is your immediate supervisor's email? And his boss also.
I took a video. I'm going to own this Chipotle.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, great. Well, last time out of the break, you gave us the pissing story. Anything else, Brendan?
I don't know, man. You know, the girl's bed I peed in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She watches a kid, you know, and she babysits.
That seems to be like the job everyone has to have. Like rich people just, it's like no rich person ever looks after their
the toddler
kid.
sees the piss all over the bed, and he's like, "Who the fuck was here while I was gone?
Yeah.
Were you babysitting? Were you babysitting someone else?"
It's
It's just a Chinese woman. I can't even do a toddler.
Oh, I did.
How fuck dare you?
We're
She's
in,
babysitting a 43-year-old Chinese.
Yeah. But last time, I'm not fuck baby. I'm not fuck baby. I'm grown woman.
I did.
You let me go outside right now.
I did catch her fucking a 3-year-old, so that's been tough.
Yeah.
But
Why
no,
don't you have a seat over here?
she babysits,
Just balls deep.
and she's
Give me a sec, Chris.
yeah. We're-
He caught the decoy girl.
have
He's
to-
already
yeah.
fucking her.
Yeah. We have to give it a second before we according to Arizona law, he has to actually be fucking the toddler before
yeah.
the reveal. Why don't you have a seat over here?
How come no one ever? How come no one ever says, "Oh, I knew this was you"?
Yeah.
Like that
they're-
would be my thing. I would
they're-
say, "No, I knew this.
I knew
I
that
knew
would be
this
your
was a
thing.
decoy."
I was trying to get on.
Yeah.
thought about
I
this?
I could tell this was fake, so I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, I'm
I'm trying to fuck
gonna
the decoy.
catch you, Chris
Yeah.
Hansen, and just come on
Yeah.
and talk."
Yeah,
I
I,
knew
just,
this-
I just like the show.
Because it's like, what is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
crime? They were talking to an adult.
No,
So, like-
no. They're like sending cock pics and like.
Yeah, but it was an adult the whole time.
Yeah, but they think it's a child. The kids, they're like.
But
clear.
if you say, "I knew it wasn't," if you say this was a fantasy role playing for
yeah,
me,
but
I
if
knew I
you're
wasn't
a
dealing with a
Yeah,
kid.
if you buy fake drugs from a police officer, it's like still like you're trying to do something. I don't know. I don't know the actual legality, but
If
there's
you-
a way that they can like. Obviously
Maybe in
they're
the
arrested
chat-
You
for-
guys
like-
got a real thing against a guy trying to fuck a 13-year-old.
Let me put it this way. I'm like. I hear where you're coming from. I also like I hated that show. I had like
Yeah.
a huge problem with
Yeah.
that show because it's like it's not really journalism.
Yeah.
It's sort of this morbid fascination
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's like these people like you don't know like if they haven't offended yet, what should be happening is like, hey, this is in private. This is a fucking wake up call. Here's something that the state pays for to get you help, so you don't ever actually end
Wait,
up fucking.
do
a
they
kid.
sign the release so that they get like a reduced
I don't think
sentence or
so. I
something?
think because they're like committing a crime,
you
it's
can
like,
show
No,
their
you
faces.
can't.
No, that's always been what I've heard about cops is that if you're found guilty, you have no right. You give,
Yeah,
which I
'cause
think
it's in the
What?
pub- it's in the public
which
interest.
is fucked up.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Here's
well,
the
but
thing: you can there's certain things you can do that if they're in the quote unquote public interest, you're like allowed to do.
You don't need a release.
if you do something that like creates emotional distress to somebody that it's like you can make an argument that it's like in the like
Is
the
that
public
why-
interest.
Is that why the guy from Girls Gone Wild didn't get any releases? Because he's like, it's in the public interest to have these big ass titties out there.
did he not get releases?
On a lot of girls, he didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have no fucking idea about any of this shit. I've
No,
only, like,
I
kind of
know.
looked into it.
I was joking that showing titties is in the public interest.
Yeah.
Which
What it is.
It is.
Because
some
But it's also
we
there's
all
got to be
saw-
something
we
wrong.
all saw Matilda.
There's got to be something wrong with you to like your passion is to pretend to be a child and have cyber sex online all day long.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
know you got to catch
That
these
is
guys.
true.
Yeah.
Like, I know the police have to catch these guys, but it's just I always had a huge problem with cops.
yeah,
too,
but it
because it's
comes
like-
up, and not to be like it takes one to know one kind of thing, but
Yeah.
it is like
But you're a pedophile, Brendan.
no. I mean, like to be that hyper focused on. Like
Oh, yeah.
of like I'm protecting children. It's like you should be suspicious of that guy because there was in like Prince Williams County, I think there was some like fucking detective. It was on Reason.com. There was like a big story about some kid that got arrested because he sent his like he was 16. He sent his like 15-year-old
this.
girlfriend
Yeah.
like a picture of
And
his
the dad?
The dad saw it.
Yeah.
The girl's dad saw it. They arrested the girl. They arrested the boy. They arrested the boy for like soliciting sex from a minor. They arrested him for production of child pornography for taking a picture of his
And
own
how old
dick.
was the boy?
16. They were both children.
Yeah.
And
This is crazy. Yeah.
and the detective in charge of the case had the kid in custody, took him to the hospital so they could inject like I don't know Cialis or something into his dick to get his dick hard, so he could take pictures of his dick hard as evidence
prove that it was the
prove that it was his dick. Never mind the fact that the phone it shows that it came from his phone. He wanted supplementary pictures of this child's penis to help solidify the case.
The other detective's
And-
like,
and-
Martin, I think we got him.
No
And
one-
he's like,
no one-
we
no one
got to
fucking-
get him to the hospital.
No one stopped him.
Yeah.
The staff at the hospital didn't stop him. The fucking like DA didn't
Yeah.
stop him. Other people in the
Jesus
department
Christ.
didn't stop him. This man was allowed to like get this kid's dick hard, traumatize him, inject a fucking syringe into like his however the fuck they do it. I'm going to assume they
Well,
stick a giant needle into your dick.
what
Or
hard.
they
happens
give him
is
a blue
the-
blue chew.
Yeah, the officer
Not
takes
this
a
episode.
lollipop
Yeah.
and has it on his mouth, and he applies it to the boy's penis
Anyways,
topically.
So 6 months later, there's like a child pornography sting. Of course, that detective, his house
Is the
comes
guy,
up.
yeah.
He's just has dozens of images on his computer, and he blows his brains out before they can get to. They're like kicking down the door, and he kills himself. But it's like there should have been some kind of like red flag
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
should
and
do-
not so far as the extreme of like, okay, obviously the guy like getting this kid's dick hard to take pictures of it.
Yeah.
But like, I am suspicious of like people who are like, yeah, I pretend to be a child online all day long to try and get pedophiles to have
Yeah.
sex.
Well,
Well-
it's always the guys. Like I recently listened to this thing about this guy who is the head of one of the largest gay conversion therapy programs there ever was. A Christian one. Not in the old days they
So
used to do like
not a-
actual
not a
scientific
Jewish
ones.
one?
There are Jewish ones
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
No, there are Jewish
Okay,
ones. And so,
Benjamin, how about $4?
and this
I
one,
still want to be gay. $5?
and
$6. I'm not gay anymore. Just give me the money.
so this guy
Complete success.
this guy was like he ran this thing and
Oh yeah, those guys are always gay.
and like dozens of kids killed themselves, like, because it's like you can't, it's not a thing, like
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
gay
yeah.
conversions are not a thing.
Well, we turned them into
yeah.
a different kind of gay.
yeah, we made them hate themselves.
It's still gay, but it's a
yeah.
different type of gay.
Yeah,
So there's at least a step in the right direction.
And then of course the this thing I'm listening to is like, we caught up to John in 2010 in Texas where he lives with his husband, and it's like, yeah, no fucking shit. Like,
Yeah.
of course he's gay. Like you
And
you have
it's,
to like,
it's probably those kids probably killed themselves because they were being molested at the fucking camp.
Of course.
yeah. Well, and not even
It's
that.
not
like,
even.
I'm
It's
sure
not even
they
the
were
trauma
some of that,
which
but
not that it's not.
Yeah.
That it's not traumatic to
Right.
have somebody tell you
Yeah,
you
of
shouldn't
course,
be gay.
yeah.
But yeah, probably that guy was a pedophile.
Yeah.
At
I
the
mean-
very least, he beat off to them.
Yeah.
well,
very
yeah.
least.
I mean, the whole thing is it's fucking.
Well, we should do. Here's what we should do.
Yeah, the world is an entirely fucked up place, and children just shouldn't exist.
yeah, I like a.
You're right.
I like
we should
a-
make them adults quickly.
No, I mean, look,
That's my plan.
we need to reverse population growth. I mean, yeah, children should be illegal. It feels like they're just getting molested anyways. You know,
I don't think population.
I don't need any more X-Men movies. You know, if that's a trade-off,
could use
no more
one or
children to
two.
molest. We don't get any more X-Men movies. So be it.
Yeah, shouts out to. I don't know how the fuck Bryan Singer came out just bulletproof as hell. His movie won a Golden Globe and
Gee,
shit.
yeah, it's almost like there's
Conspiracy.
entire giant network of.
Wait, is he back?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
They're giving him a new movie.
The movie,
Yeah, he got a
Red
Queen
something.
movie.
$10 million directing deal. He's back. No consequences whatsoever.
None. Wow.
Well, they didn't thank him at the Golden Globes, so
But he is
there's
he's
that.
credited as a director on it.
Is he?
Do you remember
What's that guy? What's the
producer
CBS?
directed half?
I don't know how to say
Les
his name.
Moonves?
Moonves, is that how you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it? How it's like success. He doesn't get $120 million.
Not only that, he's fighting for it, and
Yeah.
he may get it.
He
may get it.
And then people are like, "This is a step in the right direction." You know,
Yeah.
it's like, no, it's a fucking
got to live his life.
disgusting travesty.
He's also already a billionaire
Yeah.
and not going to jail.
Right? Yeah.
Someone should kill him.
What
If
you're
that's what
talking
you
about,
want
no
to do,
kids.
I'm not saying you should, but theoretically,
Yeah.
if you want justice,
There are a lot of people that should be
Look,
killed.
we probably shouldn't say somebody should probably kill him about somebody that you should probably kill on the show.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like as long as it's
yeah,
there's certain people where it's just funny.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
if I say
sure.
somebody should murder Bryan Cranston,
right. That is funny.
yeah, because I
Seems
don't want
like a
I don't
good
want
guy.
to deal with post Breaking Bad Bryan Cranston.
Right.
Oh, so the
being in a fake wheelchair,
Wearing
and shit.
scarves, and
Dude, that
talking about
that subway
bullying.
poster of Kevin Hart riding on the back of the wheelchair with Bryan Cranston smiling is so funny.
Yeah. I
know.
Just the picture is so funny.
Just in that picture, it's like you know, like oh, we're acting. Look at we're acting. We're such
Right.
actors in whatever this
Right,
fucking
right.
piece of shit movie is.
It's some French movie that they're just
Is
trying
it
to
French?
redo. Yeah.
They speak French?
No, they're remaking a French movie.
Oh yeah, okay.
I thought it was a guy. I thought it was a real guy.
No.
Yeah,
They just made
I mean, it
that
might
movie
be.
up.
It might be real. I
They
don't
made
fucking
it
know.
up.
Yeah, probably. What the fuck? That's what movies are, man.
No, I understand that, but I thought for sure that was one of the ones that
about
was
a-
like a
how
real
about a-
guy. That's the one where I'm like, oh, if you just wrote that, I don't stand for
How
that.
about a
That feels
movie?
French,
how about a
though,
movie
for
called
that reason.
I, comma Sam? And Toby's like, ladies and gentlemen, not only is this man retarded, he's also a robot. A robot can't raise an 8-year-old, especially not a retarded one.
You know what you never saw? You ever see Children of Men?
Yeah.
I did.
Great movie.
It rules.
You
Best.
never saw that. They didn't show the panicked pedophiles.
Yeah.
You know, as children are disappearing.
yeah.
They should have showed that angle.
themselves.
Just
Yeah.
one guy like, oh fuck, man, there's no kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Damn, what would those pedophiles do?
They still have.
They brought that
Big
movie. They
Swing.
brought the script for that to DreamWorks, and the guy's reading. He's like, "What do you mean? There's a world without children? What is this, a horror movie? No, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever read. Get this out of my office.
Yeah, Brian Singer's like, no way, no way will I do
Will
this.
never be made. No one will."
Some things aren't even funny to joke about.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, I bet that happened.
Yeah.
Probably, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Les Moonves shit is fucking ridiculous.
I know. Would he rape or
He
stuff?
just straight up just raped, dude.
Yeah,
He was just
Jesus,
like
just
not
all
even
rapists.
not
They're all
even
that worked
fucking
for him,
rapists,
yeah.
man.
yeah.
Damn.
He was one of the most powerful people in media.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny. It's like
But you know, just like calling someone in his office, like somebody that's in like it's not unreasonable. This isn't like a Louis thing, like don't go back to his hotel.
Right.
It's
You
his
work
office.
in the building,
You're a
right.
fucking actress, and it's like like the head of like development wants to have a meeting with you. It's fucking 3:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
And then you go in there, and he's like, "Come take a look at this," and he like pulls his dick out and shoves your fucking head on. his
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's like, but
Oh, damn.
it is fucking rape.
I
It's
see
not-
what you mean about not joking about killing him because he should be dead. yeah.
I mean, and then, and then it's just like, well, it's kind of a he said, she said, he said it was consensual. It's like you have like that's
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't fall under the like, oh, it's an abuse of power thing. It's just rape. I mean,
Right,
there's like no
right,
other
right.
way to fucking
Yeah.
look
the,
at it.
I don't think he should get up at the cellar, personally.
Yeah. Les.
No
The,
way.
No way you're doing spots, bro.
The-
You're not welcome at
I'm
Funny
not
Moms.
booking
Les
him.
Moonves.
I'm not booking him.
Yeah, but then it's like that. It's even on the table that it's like, well, we don't know whether we should give him the $120
Yeah,
million
extra.
severance package.
Yeah, well, and
insane.
he's literally has the balls to sue for it. He's
Yeah.
suing for it right now. Like,
And then someone asked Chuck Lorre, who made a bunch of money, and he's like, "Hey, that's above my pay grade." Just to say whether he's a rapist is like, first of all, Chuck Lorre, you made
Yeah,
$1 billion on 2.5 Men. Who is richer than you, man?
yeah. Yeah, above my pay grade.
Yeah,
You're not making a wage, Chuck Lorre.
yeah.
Like, what do you think you make, you idiot?
Yeah.
You get
He's
fucking-
literally saying, "Listen, my silence has been bought."
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. He's saying I'm afraid
Yeah.
to say a negative thing about this man.
Beyond afraid, I've been paid off to
Yeah,
protect a
right,
rapist.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say.
His lawyer's statement. Just
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Yeah, he'd like to say that he's been paid money.
These prison videos I like to watch. That one question they asked the guy was,
What is this?
Will
Because now this is like with the third prison.
it's
So
a
I
YouTube
love
series.
any YouTube series that's guys who got out of prison and will answer prison questions.
I like
should
Jay,
watch
I
this
like Jay
show.
Leno's Garage.
and there's this one British guy who's particularly like willing to answer any.
Is that the guy that went to Arizona for ecstasy?
Same
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
One of the questions was, will they kill Bill Cosby? And what this guy said was, it will be up to. First of all, he'll automatically be in protective custody because
Right.
he's such a big name.
Right.
Without right away.
right.
Um,
Doesn't even have to be an incident.
But that doesn't matter. They can still, especially
to
if
him.
you're that big a name, they can still get to you. You
Right.
know, I mean, they got to Whitey Bulger.
Right.
And what he said, what this guy said is, it will be up to his race. It'll be up to the blacks in whatever prison he's in, because that's just how prison is. You deal with your
Jesus
own. Like
Christ.
it would start trouble if a white. If the Aryan Brotherhood or the Mexican Mafia, if they killed him, it would start trouble. It's up to your own to
interesting.
met out discipline.
So how
Yeah,
big a
so-
Cosby fan the
so-
black guys are? How big of
well,
yeah.
what he said will likely happen is that they will fucking bleed him dry. And then maybe they'll kill him. But first,
Jeez.
they'll just extort the shit out of him for protection. To stay alive, they'll
Yeah.
basically be like, you are paying for all of our commissary. You need to have someone on the outside meet this guy and give him X amount of money. You know, that he was like, he'll
You
just
need to
be.
sag your pants.
Yeah,
too.
he was like, he'll be bled dry of money
Holy
for the whole
shit.
time he's in there.
That's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Because you'd think like, oh, he's old. Who cares? He's
Yeah.
gonna
So it's up to the Jews to kill Subway Jared?
and they are historically a
Yeah.
very weak prison population.
No, that's not true. We take care of our own swift justice.
Yeah. How many Jews are in jail?
Oh, there's
There's
a
actually not a single one.
there's about
Just Subway Jared.
Subway Jared. That's
Well, the
it.
interesting thing about Jews in jail is that depending on the prison,
You can't join the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yes, you can. That's what's interesting.
Well, that's always been my first thought. It's like, how do I?
Yeah,
I
you
can't
do.
Join
Not
the Aryan
Adam.
Bro-
Adam would be fun.
No,
Hey,
no,
hey,
no,
everybody, it's me, tough guy.
you're a
Adam.
pretty-
That's
It's
always
me, prison Adam
That's
here.
always been like, besides the ass rape and all this stuff. It's like
Yeah.
my biggest fear is like, how would I convince the Aryan Brotherhood?
Yeah, no,
that
they
I'm-
don't care.
They don't
It's-
care.
It's a white thing. Yeah, it's not the swastikas and all that. Like they probably aren't going to love that you're a Jew.
Yeah,
but
there's
like
not
they
that
don't.
much chances for advancement within the ranks.
I'll be like, hello. Does anyone know when Easter is? I hear it's right around the corner.
Oh, I just love wearing my cross. I love the way it feels.
That's interesting, huh? The Jews. So yeah, they'll take Jews, huh?
Yeah, because they whoever is in control of the whites would be who your crew is. Like, so you might not necessarily join the Aryan Brotherhood, but if they controlled the whites in your prison or your block, that would be who you answer
Yeah.
to, and they wouldn't kill you just for being a Jew. You know, you'd
Yeah.
be part of the white crew.
Interesting.
I watched a couple of those like prison videos. I remember seeing one that was like how to continue bodybuilding in prison. And there was this guy that got out and he was like, it's very tough, man, to get the right amount of protein and calories in
Yeah.
or whatever. But he was still like,
Jacked.
just
Yeah.
jacked. But it's just so funny that that's like a concern in the bodybuilding community. It's like, fuck. What if I go to prison and I can't hit my macros?
What if I start losing muscle mass?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That is a tough time in your life to lose muscle mass.
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
be
yeah.
as jacked as possible.
Yeah,
in prison.
sure.
Well, no, probably not. You want to be like kind of down to like a fighting weight. You want to be all bulky.
But if you're strong,
Yeah, that doesn't really carry over.
That would be so
Really?
funny
Yeah.
if I went to prison, you guys visited me, and like my head was shaved, and I was like, "Listen, guys, 1488. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta do something about these Jews that are taking over."
that would be awesome. No joke. I would love it if you went full
And then,
anti-Semite.
but I'm on the phone. I'm like, but Adam, you're. And then Stav has to take the phone away, and he's like, they're gonna kill him. I'm like, all right. What I meant to say is you're not Jewish. Anyways, the podcast is going great. Actually, I did. Oh, I mean,
So proud
no,
of
it's
you
just
guys.
okay.
It's just okay.
It's fun.
Your subscriptions haven't quadrupled since
Yeah.
you've been off.
No,
You've been
Don't
in
tell
jail.
them.
You know.
No one can tell the Adam bot. No one can tell it's not you. Oh,
Cool.
damn.
I hope Cool Adam does a great job while I'm in
Yeah,
prison.
dude, it's just cool, Adam.
What are you in prison for?
Gay sex.
Yeah.
It's not illegal.
The way you do it, it is.
No, it's not.
It's so gay that the cop's like, no, nothing this gay can be allowed.
It's against God, but it's
Yeah.
not against the law.
Did you guys see that?
He's in prison for providing like false testimony to a law enforcement officer. When he gets so addicted to snitching, he's just making up crimes. Yeah. He's like, I don't have any this week, but I want to snitch so bad. I just love tattling. I saw some black guys rape a grandma. All right, who was it? Snitch Adam?
I'm doing the crimes.
Who was
I
it?
start doing the crimes.
Yeah, fucking
only so I can snitch.
Season 5.
Season 5 of The Wire. Yeah.
McNutty.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Brendan?
Oh man, I'll tell you, I don't remember.
No worries.
Yo, it sounded good.
What was it?
I don't know, you started laughing. You were like, "Did you guys see?" And then we.
Oh yeah, did you guys see that fucking guy? A guy in Florida he worked at a wildlife park and he was fucking an alligator. And another alligator came up behind him and killed him.
Really?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
fucking an
That's
alligator.
because, man, it's all
rules,
about
dude.
what race you are. You can't go
Yeah, yeah.
outside, not in these wildlife park.
I love that because bestiality is so confined to like cows and dogs.
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's like three
This man was
animals
an innovator.
that always
Mini
get it, and he's like,
horses.
no, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck an alligator.
Can you imagine how fucked up that alligator must be? Because, like, they lay eggs.
Yeah,
Like, they're from a time when fucking didn't exist.
Yeah.
They're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
yeah, and dude, the fucking big ass alligator got furious.
Yeah, he
and
was
killed
stealing his
him.
pussy.
He killed him. He
Yeah.
was like, that's my bitch.
Yeah, that's my bitch, dude. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
That guy fucked it.
He was a 23-year-old guy. His name was Jimmy Olsen, like
Hell
from
yeah.
Superman.
Wait, what does crocodile pussy even feel like?
I don't even, and he was an expert. 'Cause
Probably-
you'd have to be
probably-
an expert.
Wait,
to
it's not
find
this
him.
guy, is it? Is it that guy? Because this is on Snopes,
No,
and it
no,
says it
no,
didn't
no,
happen.
No. This was in the news this week.
Oh, a Florida man has been arrested after a report he was tranquilizing alligators in the Everglades and then raping.
No, that's
No,
not
no,
him.
no. This sounds real. I want to believe it's real.
No,
dude.
it's real. I saw it on CNN.
Yeah. hell
Oh.
yeah.
CNN, let me tell you, they had a story the other day about a man having sex with alligator. Can you imagine if CNN accidentally ran that story and
Yeah, I saw this.
how much Trump would have if that turned out to be bullshit? And say we would hear about the alligator sex
Wait, is
thing
it this?
every single day.
Is it this guy?
Yes. Hold on, let me see.
Oh wow.
That guy's amazing.
Yes, yeah.
He's perfect.
Oh yeah, dude.
He looks like that
That's-
kind of like person that's
He looks
really
like a
into
woman.
animals. Yeah,
Yeah.
where you can't tell if it's a man or a woman.
A zookeeper was killed this morning in the alligator enclosure of the Naples Zoo while he was attempting to sexually assault a 12-foot-long reptile. According to Captain Henry White, spokesman of the Naples Police Department, 24-year-old Jimmy Olsen was engaged in full sexual intercourse with one of the younger reptiles. So he was fucking a baby alligator.
course, you can't-
It's pedophilia
fuck-
and bestiality.
You can't fuck a big one.
The young man was caught by the throat by the alligator, who dragged him underwater and drowned him.
Oh no! This says it's fake.
What's
And
fake?
it was on CNN.
Oh fuck!
Someone get this to Donald
no,
Trump
it
right
must
now.
not have been on CNN. Fuck!
Oh,
It's fake.
fuck! If
Damn
that,
it!
Oh, fuck! If
I
that,
was so excited about this.
I was
He
so
looks
excited about it
perfect.
being on CNN.
Can you reverse Google image search that guy? Because whoever he is, he rapes probably. Or he
well,
fucks kids or
that's a
something.
rough deal when they just use your
Using your
face
picture.
for a viral story about fucking alligators.
There's some guy who loves reptiles.
Yeah.
He's dedicated his life to them. And it's like, oh, actually, he rapes
Every
baby
day-
alligators.
Every day he goes on, they Google him, and he's like, "No, I don't fuck alligators." I've never fucked an alligator.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's on
Shit, that's I normally don't fall for that kind
That's
of
all right,
stuff.
man.
They got me. They
It's
got
okay.
me.
It's so good.
I wanted to believe it. That's
I
the
understand
thing.
wanting to believe.
Yeah.
I truly do.
That's so funny.
Yeah, bummer.
But you do never get a guy that's into like bestiality is always horses,
Yes.
dogs, cows, and sheep. You
It's-
never get
yeah.
a guy that's like
He's just got an
I try to
owl
fuck
on
a
his
bird.
cock.
Yeah.
Silently fucking
Yeah. Yeah, just a turtle.
Yep. What's the weirdest animal you'd fuck?
That I would fuck?
Outside of the realm. Yeah. Put it in my
Who? I
ass.
told you it's me, Stavros.
You're letting it go.
Yeah, what
Play with the
animal?
clit.
What animal you think has the best pussy?
I think horse pussy is the best.
It's probably big though.
No, horse pussy's huge, man.
Yeah, but it's still probably good.
It's probably good. Here's I'm only basing this, and I've told this story
It's
a bunch
still
of times.
probably
I'm
good
just
to
gonna
fuck.
Google what
A
animal has
picture
the
of a
best
horse.
pussy.
I looked because we were trying to get my friend. And I've talked about this before. We were trying to get our friend Ramsey
To have
in,
sex with a cow.
in college to have sex with a horse, and he was like, "No, man, I would never do that." We are like, "Come on, we were all gonna pitch in like $100 each. We were gonna give him $500 to fuck a horse." My friend lived on a farm,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money." And then we showed him a picture of a horse pussy, and he was like, "Huh." The horse
right.
pussy looked good, dude. Right, Adam? Doesn't it look good?
One
All
time,
right, I got an answer according to Google.
Okay.
Damn, look at the size of a horse
Apparently-
uterus.
Yeah, but the
It's the
pussy's
fucking size of a basketball.
nice. But the pussy's small though, right?
No, I mean,
don't think so.
it scales
Apparently-
up.
No, they
Yeah,
got
yeah.
they got to give birth to a.
It's like the
fucking-
size of my entire arm.
Yeah.
Apparently, they did a study and said that
Who did a study?
manatee pussy is the closest to human puss in the animal
Interesting.
kingdom.
That's
Man.
what mermaids are probably.
they got to track down the
Is-
guy who
is-
did that
is-
study.
Yeah,
Because that is, you got to keep an eye on him.
Yo,
Who's just like,
this is so funny. This is from bodybuilding.com forum.
It's a big bitch. That's why the manatee feels.
Wait,
The manatee pussy. Yes, I'm a scientist. The fuck you mean as you a scientist?
he's just,
I got a clipboard, don't I? Where the fuck your lab coat at? Anyways, I digress back to my results. The manatee pussy feel like big bitch pussy. You know what I'm saying? Because the blubber, see, no, that's what I'm saying. She gonna be loving on your dick with all that manatee fat come around.
I really think that's probably how mermaids came along. People in the fucking like pirates would fuck manatees and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, dude, it was
That's not even
was
like
half
how
a
you
bitch.
use your pussy when you fuck a human. This woman just doesn't know how to.
Are you looking at a woman
Oh,
fuck a
she's
Well, I was
horse?
looking for a horse pussy, but then I found a woman fucking a horse.
Can I see real quick?
But she's inserting it direct. Like, I mean, this is how like a
yeah,
4-year-old.
because they'll
thinks of-
kill you.
Might I
otherwise.
see-
The horse dick will kill you.
Might
Yeah,
I
I know,
see?
but I don't even understand that. Yes, you could see it from there.
No, I want to look at it closer.
Oh yeah, but she has to do that because look at the size of that thing. If she actually
if she was bent over-
put that in her puss, that thing would go in.
Did you guys
would
ever
kill
look
her.
at-
Oh, you
videos of-
mean like this motherfucker? I've watched a lot of horse fucking porn. I know that women do it the regular way.
Have you guys have you watched it?
I'm saying this bitch is dumb and she's doing it a dumb way.
Me and Greg were on Lewis's podcast.
Here we
one
go.
time, and he goes,
Here we go.
Let's see this.
Guy pounds horse pussy at animalflix.com.
How is that just on Google?
Why is that legal?
It's not. It's,
How
not,
are you
it's
seeing
definitely
that?
illegal.
I feel like Google blocks that usually. Are you like on a special server?
No, I just typed in horse
He's on
pussy.
the dark web, just on his phone. A guy on his phone on the dark web.
Bro, I have never stumbled upon a man fucking a horse pussy ever.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen plenty of horses fucking women on there.
Sure, of
Yeah.
course.
And then I've
And men.
seen Mr. Hands.
I have.
Yeah, Mr.
Listen,
Hands.
I'm not proud to admit it, but I did jerk off to one of those in like when I was 14 in the Kazaa days.
We because
Because you would get surprised by like.
you had to
Wait,
well,
you
see,
jacked off to
We
Mr.
had to wait
Hands?
for like
No, no,
15
no.
hours.
I'm older than you, and so I used to have to wait even for a picture to load.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
No, I remember
whatever,
those
and
days.
like my mom.
Oh, wow, dude. This is a guy.
Oh no!
Going down on a horse.
No!
That's
That
like
guy,
sucks.
that guy looks like a guy that goes
Yeah,
down
yeah.
on. I think that's my uncle.
Oh.
Looks like Ray Kump.
Yeah, he really does, dude. That is Ray Kump
Yeah.
sucking a horse's dick.
Yeah, there's a girl I met the other
Horse
night.
dick.
Yeah, there's a girl I met the other night. I mean, we really hit
We
it
should
off.
have Ray Kump on.
Yeah, yeah.
But you used
No,
to
we
just
really hit it
have
off the
to-
other night.
Me and the horse.
I've had sugar cubes. Yeah, we had a very nice night. We really hit it off.
You used to just have to jerk off to whatever picture came.
True, it was
because
random.
like
I
my
remember
mom
that.
was only gone for so long, and it would take an hour and a half. So it was like,
Yeah.
well, whatever
Yeah, it was a
loads,
grab bag.
I'm jerking off. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I used to go on
it's a guy on a
Kazaa.
horse.
I used to go on Kazaa, and I would download the same same two pictures like every day.
Yeah.
It was still from Swordfish, Halle Berry's tits.
Oh yeah.
Oh, classic.
And then a picture of Lisa Welsh, who was like Miss September 1980.
Nice.
And those were the two images I beat
Your
off
go-to
to.
beat-off
repeated.
images.
I would beat off to in
And then I-
Waterworld with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a part
Where they're all
the-
smoking
No, where
cigarettes.
the, there's a part where,
Where he drinks
there's a
his
part
own
where you
piss.
finally see Kevin Costner's gills. No,
Yeah.
no, where the woman
Fuck a man's
offers
neck on a
himself.
sneak.
She offers herself to Kevin Costner, and she drops her clothes, and you just see her ass.
Yeah.
And like this was when I was very first beating off. I
Yeah.
would pause the VHS so much
Yeah.
that part became
Yeah,
unwatchable.
well, to get that-
yeah.
the
yeah,
static,
it got
yeah.
the shit on.
I
it.
had a
I did that with Eliza Dushku.
I had like a blank VHS tape that I had recorded all of the like 2 a.m. like call now.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I had
Ooh,
a
nice
compilation
move.
VHS of like
Respect that one.
sex phone call
Right.
hotline that I would just masturbate to.
Right.
Respect.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good.
You
smart.
planned. You
Obviously,
earned that.
and I had to
jerk.
keep it secret too, so it's just sandwiched in between Simpsons episodes.
Yeah.
Wow. Salute, bro.
Yep.
For
Well,
real.
that's
the most I've been impressed by anything you've done.
The sandwiching brings up an interesting point. My
Not-
friend Drew, we found a porn tape of his dad's, right?
Yeah.
And it's 45 minutes of normal, like 70s.
It's his dad doing karate in the
70,
garage.
no, it's 45 minutes of normal.
And then 5 minutes of
70s
him fucking Drew.
French porn.
Yeah, yeah.
And then 45 minutes in, this woman just gets fucked by a horse. And you realize, like, oh, this is clearly the point of the video. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's for a guy that's in, nobody's like into both. You know what I mean? It's for a guy who wants horse fucking, but you put a little protection up front in case anyone finds
Wow.
it.
Salute to Drew's dad.
Yeah.
My man was beating off the girls getting fucked by horses in the VHS.
Yeah,
days.
in the VHS, that must
You
have
had
been
to
expensive.
find a
That was probably
guy.
$450.
Damn,
That's
that
rare.
rules, dude.
Yeah, we have more stuff in basement. But it's very important you'll never beat off to this after midnight.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm looking for something for my son. Yeah, you got a Mogwai? No, I have video of woman fucking horse.
me and Greg were on Luis Gomez's podcast one time, and he goes, I don't know how this came up, but he goes, we had this friend in the neighborhood. When I was growing up, he would fuck a cat as a joke, and me and Greg go, I don't think that was a joke. You know, when you fuck a cat.
You know, Lewis grew up in the junkyard from Street Trash.
Yeah, it's generally not a. It's generally
That's
not
the
a
neighborhood he
bit
grew up in.
when you fuck a cat. Hey guys, check out this joke I made up.
Yep, we're all gathering around watching me fuck this cat as a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, we all lived out in the same burned out Pontiac Bonneville. My friend Richie would fuck a cat, and that was school. Actually, that was what we had instead of elementary school. Was my friend sodomizing feral cats, and it was so funny because you couldn't tell what was mange and what was dried cum.
Cat pussy has to be terrible, no?
Yeah,
Oh, I bet.
so.
I mean,
but the noises have got to be great.
The noises are terrible. Have you heard a cat being fucked on the street, like two feral cats
Oh,
fucking?
yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I love that shit, dude.
It's rape.
I just imagine I'm
It's listening-
fucking Rob Halford as they do it. Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Fucking my ass, fucking my ass.
There I was completely wasted, Drunk as shit and nude. Tied up in a dirty basement, making shitty boots.
All right, that's got to be the
Yeah.
capper, right? How long have we done?
Yeah, that'll be an hour and 33 minutes.
Oh, Jesus
wow.
Christ. Yeah. Well, Thursday Boots, one last time, guys. Please come see me in motherfucking San Diego this Sunday, and then L.A. on this February 2nd. And then we got Funny Moms on the 28th. And then my birthday Funny Moms on the 11th.
Whoa.
That's right. So come out to that.
Maybe
And
some surprises. for that.
Stav's final birthday.
It'll be my 30th and last birthday.
His last birthday before he dies.
Also,
To make it clear, he's
I'm
going
to
to die.
die.
He will be dead this year.
That'd be funny if we had kind of a memorial service for you.
Yeah, it would be funny if we had a funeral instead of just letting his body rot on the floor of Come On Everybody.
Also, I have dates for the makeups. I just got them during the show, actually. So I'm going to be doing a Saturday in Hartford, 216, same show, Elbow Room. And then in Delaware that I had to move is now February 22nd, a Friday. So sorry I had to move those. Problems with the venues, but we got it figured out now. But yeah, that's it. And of course, listen to the motherfucking Rad Dude
Rad
cast.
Dude Podcast.
Thank you, Brendan. Thanks for doing the show.
/Rad Dude.
Yeah,
Podcast?
/ Rad Dude Cast.
Rad Dude
Thank you
Cast.
guys so much.
Of course,
Of course, you
man.
do.
Anytime.
This was so fucking
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Love
fun.
having you.
Thank you for talking about all the weird shit you've done sexually and pissing in your mom's mouth or whatever. I don't remember, but and
You
saying
fuck,
how-
you fuck Brendan's
ripping your
mom.
mom.
yeah, fuck Brendan's mom. Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
We all fuck Brendan's mom.
She's nice. She was a nurse.
nice.
Oh, and
So she
naughty
know- so
one.
she had
So
to-
she fucked Bugs Bunny.
In the old days, you had to jack guys off as a nurse.
Well, you know.
Yeah, my grandma was a nurse, so I know about all that.
Yeah.
Is that true about the old days?
Oh yeah,
those were
Oh,
good times.
Those were good times.
You came
Dude,
home from
I-
World War II, you're missing a leg. And
I
they
think
just
about that
jerk
all
your cock.
the time, dude. It's like no other, and that's the thing, man. Nobody other than like straight white guys. Like it's not like, and this is a burden we deal with. A lot of people don't fucking realize. It's like, yeah, we have a lot of privilege
Go
now,
off,
but
go
we used
off.
to have so much more.
So much
Go off. Yeah.
And it's like you don't have to like hear that all the time. It's like, oh yeah, you used to be able to just fuck anyone who was your employee. You were drunk all the time. You had $9,000 suits that you would wear for some reason,
Right.
and then you
that
had
cost $12.
you had a mansion because like some guys you played fucking shuffleboard with at Princeton or whatever.
right.
You dumb white guy. You just be a
Just had
fucking
an extra
moron.
mansion.
You get too much pussy and you have a mansion and you just hate everybody. And that's the way it got to be in the 50s.
Yeah.
And you almost have to cheat on your wife.
You have to.
They almost make you.
Yeah,
The gay ones
They'd call
did
you
it.
gay.
You ever
if
read
were.
Something Happened by Joseph Heller?
No.
Yeah, it's great, but it's just about just some fucking like 70s middle class guy that's just like, and it's like, well, I guess I have to just fuck my wife.
Yeah.
Fucking cheat on my wife all the time. Hate her. My daughter's a whore.
Right. Fuck
You
her
know.
too.
Yeah.
I fucked his daughter, the guy from that novel.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Right.
Bye.